So, I got my license today. My first try. And I already made a how to easily pass your permit test on the first try, and that's actually got a good amount of views, I would say. And from all the comments and everything, I think I've helped a lot of people, which is great. So I decided I would make a how to pass your driver's test on the first try. Or how to easily pass it, actually. Yes, so I've been having major computer problems. This is my brother's laptop. I stole it because I figured this was kind of an important video to do now because my memory would probably fade if I waited any longer. And I decided to do it fresh and in the moment so I can kind of recall everything that happened. Okay, so in order to pass your driver's license, there are a number of requirements you must follow in order to obtain your license. I just have the normal, I think it's a D-class license, not like a motorcycle one or anything. So basically in my state, I'm not going to say what state that is, you need 40 hours of driving that are supervised by your parents or an adult, I think. And then you need 6 hours of observation in a car, during your driving lessons. And then 12 hours of actual driving lessons. So I did my lessons after school. Or not after school. They were actually during school, during my free blocks. I would have one once a week, and it was with literally the best driving school ever. They were the best. They would pick me up from school, drop me off at school, and sometimes I would have lessons. Oh, actually, no. My lessons were at the end of the day. I have last block free, so I would have my lessons that last block. But then by the time my lessons were over, it would be time to go home. So they would drop me off right off at my house. That didn't really make sense. But they would drop me off right at my house, which is really awesome. And then you also need your parents now, where I live at least. They have to take a 2-hour class, a parent class, which just goes over all of the safety precautions and guidelines, I guess, and stuff like that. Yes. So I applied for my road test literally the day I could. I've had my permit forever. If you look at my old video, it's literally been a year, but I just didn't really start my lessons till the middle of the year, or middle of the school year, which is not too good, but now I have my license at least. I don't know. But I applied for my road test 2 weeks in advance, so it basically took 2 weeks to book my road test, which was pretty good. I took it at my actual driving school, not the one in my town, but in a different town. And I guess they're certified by the DMV, which is awesome because I got to drive in the actual car, which I had been driving in for all my lessons and everything. And so it was actually great. So it also could take up to a month, I would say, or even longer, depending on where you decide to take your test. I was lucky that mine was pretty fast. Okay, also I had an instructor, Tom. I did all my lessons with him, and also my friend Drew. We would do our lessons together for observation. Literally, Tom was the shit. We had so much fun, and we would just literally we would go to McDonald's randomly, and we'd go to Cumbies and get iced coffee and stuff during our lessons, and it was so much fun. And we would just gossip and make fun of my friend Drew. And literally a few weeks before I could take my test, I was my last lesson, I was Tom, you better be there, even though it's literally in a whole different town. And I was you better be there for my test, and then somehow that was one of the one days he had to go to that other driving school, and he was in the car with me for my test, so it was awesome. Literally made my day. I'm pretty sure that was probably one of the reasons that I passed, because I literally got in the car and I felt so much more relaxed and I wasn't freaking out. But literally, oh my god, I was freaking out last night. I had anxiety dreams. Okay, so first I had a dream that it started snowing and hailing, and it was dark out. I was what the hell? And my test is at 9:30 in the morning, so that didn't make sense. And then I had a dream that I missed it. It was I woke up and it was 10 o'clock, and I was just what? So yeah, I was actually freaking out. Okay, also, I booked a driving lesson for Friday, which was the day before my test. I strongly recommend you doing that just so you can kind of remember everything and go over everything, go over stuff with your instructor. My instructor actually he knew the whole entire route because he'd observed before the actual test. So literally he told me the whole route. He was literally pull out, go to the left, go through the light straight, and it was awesome. And I even got to the driving school early, like half an hour early. My mom was driving, and she went through the whole entire route. And, like, we even followed, like, another car doing it. So, like, we knew the exact route, which was awesome. And he even told me that there was going to be, like, not like a trick, but there's going to be a sign that says, like, no turn on left. So he's not going to tell me where to go, and I obviously have to go right. And I, like, found that, I saw that there before I even took the test, and I was like, oh, that's where it is. So he was right. So that was such a great help. So on my test, I'll just go over it. I'll go over the exact route. Okay, so my test was probably around, I'd say 5 minutes of actual driving time. It was so quick. It was easy. Like, I knew exactly what was on it, but if you, like, you need to just be really careful and make sure not to miss any blinkers or make sure you come to full stops, all that. I'll go over that. But basically, this was my route. So I got in the car. I, like, adjusted my seat. I fixed my rear view mirrors. I fixed my side mirrors. And yes, I did that, buckled up, make sure everyone else is buckled up. The emergency brake was on, so I took that off, fixed that. So then I went into drive, and I put the blinker on, and I pulled out, and then I just went left, and I literally just went straight through some lights. I just took a right and then a left, and then I pulled onto this, like, kind of narrow, not too narrow, it was just like a little, like, cul-de-sac, I'd say, with, like, houses and stuff, like a street, not like a road. I don't know if there's no difference. But I pulled into one of those, and then he had me pull off to the side, like I used my blinker and all, and then I did my backing up. So make sure you know how to back up. I think that's going to be on everyone's test. So when backing up, you just have to make sure you're looking behind you at all times, and that you go very slowly. And, like, on the cars that I used for my lessons, there's, like, a sticker which has letters, and you basically just match up a letter with the curve, which is really easy. So yeah, just make sure you do that slowly. I think it was like 50 feet you have to back up, which was simple. And then they just had me do a 3-point turn. Just with those, just make sure you remember your blinkers. You remember to do, I learned it's called ribs, which is like indicator is R is rear view, and then I is indicator, which is the same as like signaling. And then BS is blind spots. So basically you just do that every time you're like doing a 3-point turn, and also like you do your ribs when you're like changing lanes and stuff like that. So then I did that. I went out of the little cul-de-sac, and then I went back on the main road, and I took a left, and then I went down, and then I took a right, and then I saw the sign that said no turn on left, which was a trick, which I knew about, and I already been there anyways because of my practice run with my mom. So then I took a right, and then I went back through the lights, and this was the part which was the turning left into traffic, which is also on your test. So when turning left into traffic, for my test at least, you have to make sure that the light doesn't turn red when you're in the middle of the intersection, or else you automatically fail. So basically, you just like wait until the last car is gone, or the last car is about to go through, and then you can pull out to go in. So it was actually really, there wasn't too much traffic, which I was lucky. So then I went through that, and then I took that left, and then I went back into the driving school, and then they had me do my last trick kind of thing, which is my parallel park. So in parallel parking, basically you just have to make sure you match up with your car, the car like next to you, or the car you're going to park behind. You match up with their mirrors, you go up, you turn the wheel to the right, you kind of like swerve in, then you turn the wheel all the way to the left, and you swerve in. And with that, you just have to make sure you get close enough. I was kind of like a little far away, so I kind of like adjusted a little. Make sure you're like close enough so you can easily slide in. And then with me, we had a cone in back, and if you hit the cone, you fail. But the cone, like, they give you so much space, which is awesome. And then just like you come out of the spot by turning to the right, and then turning to the right in reverse to go out a little, and then you go and drive and go to left to pull out, I guess. But yes, I did that. And you just want to make sure you remember your blinker too when going out. So basically, yeah, he passed me. The people there weren't mean. I hear they're usually like kind of mean, but he was fine, which was good. Yeah. Also, okay, I'm just gonna go over some notes that I have. Always remember to bring your permit to the test. And also when you obtain your license, they're not gonna give you your license right away. It's just gonna be they sign the back of your permit, and then later on, probably like 2 weeks, they're going to send you your license in the mail. And yes, it's going to be the same photo as on your permit, which is, I don't even know what to say about that. Yeah. And also make sure you know the restrictions in your state for driving with a JOL, which is a junior's operating license. Like in where I live, you cannot drive between the hours of 12:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. So just know that. And do not speed. Speeding is bad, 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 especially with a JOL. Okay, so list of stuff to remember. I just kept going over the stuff in my head and just going over the scenario, and I was good. So, but don't worry. Just be relaxed. Be relaxed. Okay, rear view, which is the ribs. So always remember to do that when like 3-point turning, or like look in your rear view mirror, put your signal on, and then you just look in your blind spots to make sure no other cars are coming so you can go. This is gonna sound stupid, but always remember to change the gear when needed. Like if you need to reverse and stuff, make sure, because like obviously if you need to reverse and you're not in reverse, you're gonna go crashing into whatever's in front of you. So because also if you're on the test, I know you're gonna be like freaking out a little, kind of nervous. Just make sure you're always in the right gear, because that could be a catastrophe. Okay, don't speed at all. I was talking to my instructor for my driving lessons, and he said you could even go like 5 miles per hour under the speed limit for the test, and I thought that was a little slow, but I guess so. So do that if you'd like. Remember your blinkers, always. Remember your blinkers when pulling into a spot. Remember your blinkers when pulling out to a spot. Remember your blinkers when changing lanes. Remember your blinkers when turning. Remember your blinkers. No tailgating. Don't tailgate. You should be, I think it's like at least 3 seconds behind on the road and like 5 seconds in the highway, something like that. Yes. And when turning, I've learned this. I used to turn wicked fast. I'd be like, don't do that. Go, then slow down, and even come to like a complete stop when turning. So then it's not like, okay, when you come to stop signs, no rolling stops or else you're gonna fail. You gotta go up, stop in front of the line, and make sure the car like jerks back a little. Then you can go and you can make a second stop, so you can like go out further and see all the cars coming. So make sure no rolling stops. I went over this already. When you're turning left into traffic, the other people have the right of way, so you're gonna be waiting there. Waiting there. When you see the last car come and you have space to go, the last car will come and they'll be going through the light, and as they're doing that, you can pull out and get ready to turn. Because if the light turns red and you're in the intersection, you're screwed and you fail. When backing up, do it very slowly, because sometimes if you're backing up fast, literally the car you're like, oh no, and it can get all messed up. For the test, wear sneakers. I wore sneakers, and I wouldn't wear like a skirt or a dress or anything, or like too much jewelry, I guess. I was kind of like, what should I wear? But then I realized it's not really anything to worry about. It's just casual event. Yes, and be cautious. When you're going through lights, you have a green light, but you should still look. Stuff like that. Be relaxed, because you really don't have too much to worry about, because YOLO. No. I hate that. I hate YOLO. I don't like that. But basically, if you go over all this stuff that I have mentioned, if you practice all the tricks you need to know, like my test didn't have any highways or rotaries or merging or anything like that, but I know like a lot of tests probably do. Just make sure you practice that with your parents before, practice it in your lessons, and if you have any questions, talk to the people you took lessons with and ask them questions, because they will know. And also Google around. I was watching like on YouTube, they have full videos of actual driving tests and stuff, and you can Google stuff like how to pass your driver's test. Yeah, stuff like that, and you'll be fine. But just remember, drive safely. Drive safely. What the heck is this? I forgot to paint my nails. I was going to paint my nails because I thought it would be more of I don't know, I thought I would pass better, or I would have a more likely chance of passing if I had like completely painted nails, but no, mine are just like coming gross and stuff. But yes, I passed my license test. Yes, I did. I like driving. I think it's fun. So just be careful and you shall pass. Good luck on the road.